Hi, welcome back to engVid.com. I'm Adam. Today's lesson is a bit of a strange lesson. I'm going to tell you something that you can't actually learn. Well, you can learn it, there's just no rules for it. I'm talking about specifically some prefixes. Dis, un, in, im, il, ir, non. Okay? First of all, let's review a little bit. What is a prefix? A prefix is a little part of a word that comes before the main word. It can come before an adjective, before an adverb, before a noun, before a verb. Anything that comes before a word, and especially before a root of a word. We're going to look at an example of that very soon. So I was asked specifically to talk about these prefixes. All of them basically mean not. Okay? They negate the word they are added to. Now, generally speaking, you can find specific little subtle differences between all of them. For example, dis means more like be a part of or away from, separate. Un means not or a reversal of something or not having something, a lack of something, a deprivation. And same with these guys, not, reverse, opposite. Non is the most simple one. Non basically means not, okay? But the problem is that most of these can go with many words, but there's no real rule about which word takes which prefix, okay? So how do you learn which one to use in which situation? Well, I'll tell you after we look at a few examples, okay? So again, all of these mean not. The only thing you have to worry about the most is the actual word that is being connected to a prefix, okay? Concentrate on the root or the word itself before you concentrate on which prefix to join to it. Now, you will see that some words will take both prefixes and be totally okay. The problem is that their meanings are completely different. So to dislike, this is a verb, to dislike. It could also be a noun. I have a strong dislike for certain vegetables, for example. But to dislike means to not like. Now, if you say, I don't like pizza, and you say, I dislike pizza, these are a little bit different, right? Don't like or not like means you don't have a good feeling towards. But dislike means you actually have a bad feeling towards, right? So this is a little bit more active. You're away from liking it. You're actually having a bad feeling for it. Unlike has absolutely no connection to dislike. Unlike means not similar to. This is the preposition like. A is like B. This is the verb like, means to have a good feeling toward. So concentrate on the word you have. You have the verb, you have the preposition. And then decide which prefix you want to join to it. So here I have a few examples of words that can take two prefixes and have different meanings. So for example, discover and uncover are two completely different verbs. To discover means to find by accident. You're walking along the beach and you discover the skull, the head bone of a dinosaur. You didn't look for it, you just found it. Okay, you discovered it. So it was hidden by nature, by time, and then you took away the cover and there it is, the skull. Uncover, on the other hand, means you were looking for something and you found it. So I'm a reporter, I work for a major newspaper, and I think that this particular politician is corrupt. He's lying to the people, he's stealing their money, so I investigate. And after my investigation, I uncover certain facts that will help the police put him in jail. Not covered, means not hidden. But this one, by accident, time, nature hid it, I by accident discovered it. Uncover means I looked for, I found. This one, or these two I should say, disinterested and uninterested. These are always mixed up. You cannot use these two interchangeably. You have to use one or the other. I'll start with uninterested. Uninterested means indifferent, don't care. It's boring, I'm uninterested, I don't want to know, leave me alone. Disinterested means impartial, means you don't have a reason to take one side or the other. Okay? So again, I'm the reporter. I have nothing to gain or lose by finding out information about this politician. I am a disinterested party. I am objective. Okay? I am not involved in the situation. I'm just reporting the facts. Here, I don't care. Here, I'm not part of the situation. Now, you also think, well, these two are kind of weird. There's two different words here, right? But you have a discomfort. You are uncomfortable. That's a little strange. This is a noun. This is an adjective. You go to the doctor, you complain of a discomfort in your side. But if you sit and somebody left their pen on your chair, oh, a little uncomfortable. You're not, you want to get up and see what's going on there. A discomfort is like a real thing, probably inside. Uncomfortable, you can fix somehow. Disable, okay, we're going to look at the verb disable, means make not able, take away the ability of something. So you have a machine running, you think, oh, it's a little bit dangerous, you don't want anybody to use it, so you disable it. You disconnect the fuse. Now nobody can come and use this machine. It has been disabled. We say about a person, if he or she is disabled, usually they're in a wheelchair, they had an accident or they were born with a problem, they are not able. Unable means can't. I am unable to help you because I just don't know. Okay? So unable, disable. We're going to come back to this bottom one here. So that's a few things. Oh, a couple more. Disorganized, unorganized. Usually you would say about a person, he or she is disorganized. He has things everywhere or she has things everywhere. It's a big mess. But the office or the room of this person is unorganized. So we talk about an organization or a company or an association or a place that is unorganized. We talk about a person being disorganized. I'm going to come back to these. So now we know this depends on the word you're using. Same goes for these ones, right? For example, non. Non, there are not that many words. You have a non-payment. Okay, you bought something, it's non-refundable. Keep in mind, sometimes you will have a hyphen, sometimes you will not. How do you know? Check the dictionary. Again, not really any rule here. Some dictionaries, like American dictionaries, will put a hyphen, British ones won't. Depends what you need, that's what you'll use. In, im, same thing. Especially with il, are, they're all the exact same. They also mean not or opposite or lack. We usually use im with words that begin with a b, m, or p. Now, the thing about in or im, you have to be careful about. They don't only mean not. They have other meanings. For example, it can mean to put something into or show direction towards in the inside of something, right? So for example, immigrate means migrate into a country. So come into a country, I should say, sorry. Migrate, move, move into a country. Inflame. So this is another use of the prefix in. Means to cause, to be, or to make, right? So you inflame, you make it the flame, you make it more of a flame, you intensify it. Sorry, intensify. So there's somebody's having a fight, you want to inflame it. You give them both reasons to fight more. You inflame the product, the situation. So in and im not only mean not, they also mean toward or to cause. So be careful. Il and we use with words that begin with L or R. For example, illogical, irrelevant. Going back to IM, BMP, imbalanced, immaterial, impossible. I'm using adjectives. You're not limited to adjectives. There could be other things. For example, immigration is a noun. Immigrate is a verb. I'm still using the im. So be careful about these. And the non-payment, non-refundable. Now, here's another situation. Miss. I know this is not on my list. This is a different prefix, but many people think that miss means not. It doesn't. Miss means wrongly, in a wrong way. So inappropriate means not appropriate, not proper, not correct. Misappropriate. Inappropriate, misappropriate. This word and this word are two different words. This is an adjective, means correct or proper. Appropriate is a verb, means take. If you misappropriate, you take something in a dishonest way, in a wrong way. Okay? So be very careful about miss and make sure you understand which word you are using before you add your prefix. Now, we're getting to the gist of the lesson. We're getting to the main point. How do you know? And what if you don't know which prefix to use? So for example, unsecure, insecure. Insecure, generally, we talk about a person's attitude toward him or herself. If someone is insecure, it means they lack confidence. They're not confident. They don't have the self-security. Unsecure means not safe. Now, if you're talking about a computer that doesn't have an antivirus, it's unsecure. If it doesn't have a firewall, it's unsecure. If you attach a picture to the wall, for example, this whiteboard is secured to the wall. If I take out the screws, it might fall over. It would be unsecure. But many people feel this word is uncomfortable. It just doesn't sound right, unsecure. If you're not sure, use the two words. Say not secure. If this word unsecure doesn't feel correct, don't use it. Use not secure. Tell me the meaning of this. Okay? Don't worry about the word itself if you don't like it. Which brings us again to the main point. How do you know? Well, you have to feel. You have to feel the language. You have to feel which word sounds correct or not. Now, this is especially important in writing. In spoken English, if you say this possible, people will look at you a little bit strange, but they will understand what you're saying. In writing, they will look at it and try to figure out what's going on. They'll get confused. In writing, it's very important to use the right word, the correct word. You have to feel it. Now, how do you feel which word is correct and which word is not? Read. Read a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. This is where you get to feel the language. For example, if you read 100 books by 100 different authors, all of them will use imbalanced. Nobody will use disbalanced. Some might use unbalanced. Okay? So you're free to use one or the other. Okay? Immaterial, everybody will use immaterial or not material. Immaterial, by the way, means not important, not relevant. Same as irrelevant, immaterial, synonyms. Okay? So now, personally, I recommend reading novels. Why? Because the authors of novels technically should have a very strong command of grammar. They spend a lot of time thinking about every word they use. And they have editors who also check every word they use. So novels get you really play with the language and really help you get this feel for the language. But until you get that feel, until that time comes, use a dictionary. Like anything else. You're not sure? Check. The dictionary says like this, use it like that. If you're in the middle of a test and you can't think of you don't have the dictionary, you have to write something, give it your best guess, and hope for the best. But eventually, you will know just by looking at it if it's right or wrong. Okay, if you go to engVid.com, I put a quiz there that will test your knowledge of some of these words with their prefixes. A couple of little surprise ones for you as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube and ask any questions you like, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.